Very warm good evening. This is Arunfoot Chaudhary, and you are live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. Welcome back. Been online over the last few days. Been busy with work and travels and meeting up with friends. Therefore, my regular evening sessions couldn't take place. So I'm back tonight, and hope everybody's doing well. And we'll have an enjoyable evening to discuss Indian football, latest about transfer rumors, what's happening in the Durand Cup. Mohun Bagan, of course, celebrating the Mohun Bagan Day. So my heartfelt congratulations to Mohun Bagan celebrating once more their Mohun Bagan Day today. And let's see what you guys want to speak about, want to talk about, what is interesting that is all happening, and we'll go through the points. Of course, one of the things that has happened today, of course, is East Bengal beating the Indian Air Force in the Durand Cup to start off with. So therefore, that's something. And Durand Cup has started. Mumbai City started their preseason training today in Thailand. So they are once again back in Thailand. So all these things are happening. And as I always say, let's speak about them and then let's see what we can speak about. Veer is asking about an Anwar Ali update. Well, there is something that the Player Status Committee is gonna hold a meeting on the 2nd of August, which means on Friday, to discuss this topic and see what's the potential way forward in this. Let's wait and see. And as I've said, if it goes by the rule book, and if it goes by the rules as I interpret it, then Anwar had no reasons of termination, and then the player sadly will have to get in trouble for that, for terminating a contract, not mutually but unilaterally. And let's wait and see what decision the PSC takes. Again, if it is decided at the PSC or if it goes to a high level, that would be the FIFA Players Tribunal. And therefore, let's see what happens on that front and further. So that's something that we'll see. Hi, Adyan. Hi, Nishant. Welcome back. Arnav says, I don't think Northeast can qualify for top six, but seeing the squad of Chennai FC, Bangalore FC, and East Bengal FC, compared to last year. Again, it looks that the squad that Northeast have created isn't the strongest, as you say, but East Bengal surely look much stronger than last year. BFC look better on paper as well. Chennai have also added some very, very good players. So therefore, that's something which is there, and let's wait and see if Northeast United can or cannot really compete for those top six spots. Nishant, do you think 2003 generation of Indian football is better than today's? Nishant, always very difficult to compare, generations or eras of football. I think football as a game has changed quite a bit over the last 2 decades. One thing which I feel is our players today are physically much better than they were in the early 2000s. But I felt in those days the players were technically better than they are today. So some of they were not perfect with their basics, which is again still a problem today. But I felt that technically some of the players were more gifted than they are today. Today you look at more at the physical side of things than the technical abilities of players. So that's something which I guess has changed over the last 2 decades. Hi, woman. Welcome back. Sajid Ahmed is Northeastern at 6 points, signing complete as per transfer market. There's still rumors about it, but I haven't gotten any confirmations on that. Thought about East Bengal FC's today's performance. Others, again, it's the Indian Air Force, so anything but a win would have been a surprise. They had their difficult moments in the first session, but in the second session scored the goals and deserving winners in the end. That's what I would say. Just a work win, nothing more, nothing less. Is there any domestic player in Mohun Bagan radar? Shanto, Mohun Bagan is in the market for a centre back still due to the Anwar Ali situation. You know, to me, yeah, that's something which is Mohun Bagan looking at. Otherwise, there's also been talk that Mohun Bagan could be looking to offload the one or the other player. I haven't done that so far, but that is something that's being discussed. So we'll have to wait and see what happens on that front. But at the moment, yeah, again, Pritham Kotal was linked for potential comeback, the former captain. So therefore that's something. Yeah, I said that. That's Nishant said in India football camps. There's only 3 or 4 coaches for 45. If you think this ratio is good, Nishant, it depends on the coaches. Player ratio isn't the most important. It's the quality of the coach. You could have one coach for 50 coaches, but if that coach is good enough, his sessions are good enough, he's organized and structured, he could do something with it. It wouldn't be ideal, but again, so therefore, and so therefore, let's wait and see what happens. But there isn't the number, but I would say 1:8 would be a good ratio. Hi, Icon Lawn, welcome back. A transfer market listed new signing in the squad. Sajid, I have to check. I haven't seen that, so I have to check and then I can tell you that. Why are you not coming for last few days? SDM, very simple. As I was busy with work, I was on the road, and therefore, yeah, I wasn't there since Thursday, so therefore, only today I'm back. Hi, Ogni. Saw some. Either Anwar and Delhi will need to pay huge compensation. Senegal, if Anwar wants to leave, then ban as players. Both the clubs can get transfer ban. Agni, let's wait and see. I've explained it in my videos, which you can watch on the channel, and on how I see the process, how I see the situation. To me is that you know if you unilaterally break a contract, it's not a mutual termination. Then you have to pay a fine and a penalty for it. Very simple. And in this case, I don't see Mohun Bagan, Supergiant having done anything wrong. They've signed, again, we can talk about that 4-year contract, but that's a different discussion because that is not something that can be brought into it. I think there are multiple discussions that can be had about Anwar. How did Mohun Bagan sign him? How did FC Goa sign the player? How is East Bengal willing to sign the player with an old Mumbai City certificate clearly stating that the player has a heart problem and shouldn't be playing? So therefore, that is a question that we should be having. But again, it's an Indian context. Nobody cares about lives. Mumbai side Chroma again. Your thoughts? Iconon looks likely that Chroma will sign in the next 48 hours. In my opinion, a good one because the player has shown, has done very, very well for Mumbai City in the last few months. Has a good understanding with Chidi and with the others as well. So therefore, if you can retain that player, that would be the best option that Mumbai City can have. Nishant sir, one Indian family is living in Frankfurt for the last 3 years, and now there's a 13 kid sick in Frankfurt. Do you think it's good? If the kid has been selected for the Frankfurt under 14s, yes, surely that is something which is very good. Eintracht Frankfurt is one of the best academies in India. Ogni, how do you rate McLaren as per the top player played in us in the peak? Yes, it's about money, but how will you rate the quality? Ogni, he's a good quality. If he's able to prove it or not, that's always the question. I mean, we've had top quality players coming to India who've succeeded. There are a lot of top players who have not, we've had Pogba coming to Mohun Bagan and failing completely. So therefore, let's wait and see what he can do. He's got a great strike record. He's, to me, a little bit too similar to Jason Cummings. I thought that the combo of Cummings, Sadiku, and Petratos might have been better because you've got 3 different kind of players. But let's wait and see if he can fulfill it. But I think the best that I thought I saw in the ISL and the player, even though despite being towards the end of his career, would most probably have been Diego Forlan. SB 1994, any update on Anwar Saga? As I said a little while ago, player status committee to discuss the matter on the 2nd of August on Friday, and then we'll see what comes out of it, if it's just a first hearing or if they're going to give a judgment. Hello, sir. After a while, happy Mohun Bagan Day. Thank you, Blue. Same to you as well. Happy Mohun Bagan Day to all of you Mohun Bagan fans who are currently here in this live or might be watching it afterwards. And those of you who haven't, please like this video so more people can view it, share this video, and please subscribe to arunfoot. Again, we're growing the community slowly, but we're growing it. And also do watch the videos that I've made also over the last few days. Of course, some of them started a new series called The Future of Indian Football, or The Future of Indian Football series. We've done an intro. I'm speaking about leadership. I'll speak about the stakeholders as well, and then continue with that. So do support that, spread it out, let more people join the conversation. Let's keep on growing the community, as I always love to say. So those of you who haven't, please subscribe. Those who haven't, please like, and let's keep on growing this Indian football community. And thank you for all of that. Northeast squad and transfer. Just let me do that. If you're saying that, let me just check transfer market. The club profile. Okay, amongst the foreigners, 1 second, is this? Yeah. Ragragui, Sabako is still there, Bemamer is still there, Albaich is there, Guillermo Fernandez is there, Tommy Juric is also still listed there. Okay, I thought Tommy Juric is not coming, so yeah, let's wait and see. And Ajaran, okay, again, it's not confirmed, so let's wait and see. Sajid, again, let's see what happens. Others, Victor Mongo to Malappuram FC. Yeah, Malappuram doing quite a few number of things, bringing in known players, be it Indian, be it foreign. John Gregory as the head coach. Let's wait and see. If PSC bans Anwar, then appealing to FIFA will add even more trouble for both player and clubs. Ogni, it depends what kind of judgment the PSC comes out with. I think this matter looks likely it could go to FIFA, but then so for me, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. STM, there's one exciting player going to join Interkashi. Do you know who the player is? I have heard a number of interesting players who have or are joining Interkashi, so yeah, let's wait and see STM. Your thoughts about the Olympics performance till now from India? Do you follow it? Blue, I'm following it more generally. I've got certain sports that I like. I've been watching a lot of the football. Of course, most of you guys have heard about the crazy Argentina-Morocco match yesterday, Australia-Zambia women's game, 6-5 comeback by the Aussies. So therefore, those kind of things. Hockey is a sport that I follow. I've been following a little bit of swings. Of course, I saw the bronze in shooting for India. So yeah, these are the things. So let's wait, see what happens. Let's hope new signing didn't happen because we want Tommy Juric. Sajid, let's see. Tommy Juric, to me, great player, great pedigree, but he was injury prone. Any mistake signing come to Mumbai City or they are done for the season? Cleon, according to me, there might be the one or the other that Mumbai still is targeting, but I don't know if they're going to get them. So they're working on the one or the other transfer. So as far as I know, Mumbai City are not fully done with the transfer. So it's just, let's give the club a few more days. And then let's see again what means you've got over a month to go for the transfer period. So therefore, let's wait and see what happens with transfers for Mumbai City. But at the moment, they are still in the market. What's the status of Anwar right now? On player status committee, supposed to meet on the 2nd, and then let's see what the first hearing is about, if they want to take a decision on that day, or if it goes into another hearing. Guardiola, I don't think Mono should go for outside settlements. Lessons to be taught to many individuals. Yeah, agree. Is it right the 2nd August PFC give judgment Anwar? My time, there will be a hearing. I don't know if they're gonna go in for a judgment that day, but a hearing will be held. I don't think there's any chance of outside settlement as it's legal. Blue, yes, agree. Is nearly 7 crore compensation transfer fee and a year transfer ban a good deal for East Bengal? Guardiola. I don't know. I really don't know if it's worth it because the player will also be suspended. So you'll only really get the player next. You won't even get it next year. I think if you get the 2 window transfer ban, that means you can only sign players from January 2026, and I don't think it's worth it. Why not East United FC manager and extending contract with Juric? Sajid, to me, Northeast United, Juric is listed as a player. Or am I wrong? Yeah, Tommy Juric is being listed here on Transfermarkt. Or it is, sorry, just been to the German. Sorry. Let me see the Indian one. What is it showing? One second, just let me check. It's still showing Tommy Juric. So, yeah. Do you see other problem in your thoughts? Blue, I think I've put it out in the video that I've done overnight. To me, looks very difficult. Not only them, but also Mohammedan Sporting, if you've seen the story, if you don't. So therefore, for me, Mohammedan Sporting needs to ensure that they have the right funding in place. And on the other side, Hyderabad has enough issues. Looks very difficult at the moment. So let's see. How serious your blue football is taking men's football in Europe? Ogni, not at all these days. Nobody, it's there, but yeah, the players don't. Again, for example, Mbappe wanted to play the Olympics, but Real Madrid said, if you're going to come to our side, we are not going to be entertaining anything that you're going to go and play in the Olympics. Hi, Riza. Is ISL going to happen this year? I've seen no marketing advertisement. Also, any update if Sporting and Sale will play in ISL? Riza, marketing will start later. I think it's still too early. It's end of July. The league is likely to start on the 14th of September. So yes, the ISL will happen. Mohun Sporting, as I said a little while ago, Mohun Sporting as well as Hyderabad FC. I'm interested to see what happens to those, what's going to happen. And then you'll see Mohun Sporting has to furnish a certain bank guarantee, wants to bring in new investors, or has to bring in new investors. And on the other side, let's wait and see what happens to these two clubs and entities. But the ISL riser for sure is going to happen. Intercash has conducted residential academy trials for under 13, 15, 17. What's your thoughts on that? SDM, great. I think, I think every club should have the youth system, and to me, that's very, very important. Let's see. Hi, Murali. Do you Anwar get clean sheet or it goes to AFC and FIFA? I think he's done when Anwar gets handled by court or what? I don't see Anwar getting a clean sheet. If the information that I have is correct, then Anwar is in trouble for what he's done, one-sided unilateral termination of a contract. It can't, in my opinion, it can't go to a court because it has to stay within football. And so if it goes from AFF, it will go to FIFA, and if it goes from FIFA, it goes to CAS. And then let's see what happens. Can you please reveal the names or give some hints who Mumbai City are targeting? Clear, I'm not going to reveal names. It's just that they are targeting the one or the other player who's a national team player, and they're also targeting some talented youngsters as well. Hi, Sharhad. Is Pritham swap deal happening? Not anything, not at the moment confirmed anything. I think the question is if Pritham goes back to Mohun Bagan, who do the Kerala Blasters want in as a replacement? In this Anusag, how much is lost for player mentality? That too, a young talent player. Only I don't care about the player mentality. This is something, it's about greed, it's about money. Who cares about the player mentality? Our players are more interested in the money than about, representing the country and being, bringing laurels to India. The whole ISL scenario is a problem, in my opinion, if you want to talk about that. So, player, what does he care? If he gets suspended, another club is going to pay his salary, he's going to sit at home and going to train. Who cares? Does he care? Does the people around him care? Nobody cares. Blue, do you think if Mohun Bagan swap Abhishek with Pritham, it's worth it according to you? No, I would not. Nah, Abhishek is a talented guy. I would not allow Abhishek to go to Blasters. No, doesn't make sense. When players play poor, he gets dropped. Coach perform poor, he gets fired. What about Advijay, who never stepped down? Murali, that's a good question. But again, you know the answer. After PSA, they're FIFA and then discuss also, right? Yes. Hi, Ishan. I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing fine as well. Good to see you back here in the live stream. Do Indian clubs take Asian football seriously? Riza, I think Indian clubs try and take it seriously, but we have a quality issue, and therefore we are unable to compete with the better nations, the better teams in Asia. And that is sort of, becoming a problem for us. And we are unable to compete with stronger nations, with better nations. And that's something, so therefore for me, that's a very worrying scenario. That we are playing Asian continent, we're playing continental competition, but we're not getting anywhere in that, and that's something. But again, our clubs take it seriously, but again, we have a quality issue, therefore we are unable to compete. Good evening, Shomo. If Anwar is proven unjust for PSC, can FIFA override that? Also, what's your standpoint on East Bengal's ban? FIFA and CAS can override anything, any decision that PSC is taken, in the sense of that if it's wrong. But to me, if the decision is right, they will confirm it. And on East Bengal's ban, I think it's now proven that East Bengal has reached out to the player. So that is something which is there. The player unilaterally terminated the contract. I mean, this is a start to end case shut case to me. This is, the case is shut before it's even open, because the player unilaterally terminated. Show me a ground that the player can terminate the contract. If there are other issues with the contract, that's a different one. That's another case which can happen. But then the player again gets in trouble. I mean, if Anwar wants to take all of this forward, I don't know how many years Anwar will sit on the bench. And then we've got the whole heart issue, which is not being discussed. How, after Mumbai City said we will not sign the player because he's got a heart issue, was he able to sign for Goa and for Mohun Bagan? And East Bengal wants to sign him still. So I want to question these. This is another question I have on my mind, is that do we need to have another conversation on that front? What do you make of Talal and Jackson's performance? Ishan, I've just seen some highlights, so difficult for me to comment on the game overall. What do you think, Kroma signing for Mumbai City FC? Karan, I said that earlier, that I feel that it's a good signing, someone who knows the setup, someone the teammates know. So for me, Kroma staying with Mumbai City is a very, very good sign for the club and for the team. I think, quality player. He's done very, very well. And to me, yeah, congratulations, Mumbai City, if you've done it. I don't know, but if you're aware of Mark's tweet about Anwar, could you please remember what could be the clubs in concern? Aritro, first of all, good evening to me, Delhi FC and East Bengal. Very simple. Hello, Dark Knight. Welcome back. We set up ethics committee for players, but as we refund totally against it, running has been questioned. No, it hasn't, Morali. What's that Carabas is trying to gain by bringing in young players on a loan deal, developing them, but giving game time and setting an already strong Mohun Bagan? Sharad, I think from a football perspective, I think that could be the question that fans of Kerala Blasters will ask. But on the other side, on the other side, are trying to balance their books. And that is something which is very, very important, I think, on their side. So, yeah. And therefore, for me, on that front, they're doing a good job. I think they've generated more money than any other franchise when it comes to sponsorships. And they've also generated money through player sales. So therefore, that's something which is working for them. But if you want to be ambitious and want to win something, I mean, that's something which is then different. Who in the Football Olympics, according to you, looks like someone from France, Spain, Argentina? I think, yeah, France to me, top favorites. Spain, again, also quality. Let's wait and see what happens. Argentina, yeah, let's see. They'll have to turn it around. Murali, can we say ISL played about process of money model? They have no other option. No, I think both is possible. You can finance it, but let's see what happens. Will East Bengal get a transfer? And that was the reasons why they went ahead and closed the Jixon deal in such haste. Sharath might be, yes. But on the other side, East Bengal had a problem with their defensive midfield, in my opinion. I think they needed a strong Indian. And if Jixon was on the market, which he was last year on the market, to me, it's a wise move for East Bengal to sign the player of that quality. Only one doubt, in top quality teams, do they prefer playing on AstroTurf, or is it all natural grass, or turf is just good for training only? Quality teams, depending on which part of the world they are, like, prefer training and playing on grass anywhere in the world if you can. But I know that in difficult weather conditions, let's say cold conditions, Scandinavia, they train on turf. Some of the stadiums are turf. You've had that in Switzerland and Austria as well. So therefore, depending where you are, because the ball bounces differently on natural grass than on turf. So therefore, you should be training on the field that you're going to be playing on. So if you're playing on grass, train on grass. If you're playing on turf, train on turf. If you have to swap someone with Pritham, who would you choose? Blue. I would actually offer maybe two or three of the youngsters of Mohun Bagan rather than anyone from my first team. But again, I don't know if they're willing to do that. What's your opinion on Tar transfer to Bayern? Hi, Showcast. To me, if Tar is available and he wants to join Bayern, would be a strong move to sign him. Has had an incredible last season and has established himself as a centre back for Germany as well. So he's done very, very well. Arun Bhai, in football, we are not serious without knowing what seriousness is. Oh, notes to myself. Good evening. Yeah, that's philosophical question again, and that's the question: what is my seriousness? What is my lookout? Any ideas about the conversation Mohun Bagan can claim? Shomo, it's about potentially the salaries that they would have paid to the player because he was supposed to be on a long-term contract as a compensation. They could also put in some other costs if the operation last year, other things into the thing. So yeah, that it becomes a 8 to 10 crore package, I guess, as compensation. Guardiola, if AFF PSC maybe a little soft more than should go to FIFA for tougher punishments as a financial backing. It's not a question, Guardiola, of financial backing. You should, if you think the judgment is wrong or the judgment is not correct, you should go to FIFA anyway, right? And it's not about, FIFA doesn't care who you are. You could be, again, the biggest club in the world. You could be the smallest club in the world. FIFA cares about right or wrong. And they don't care if it's Mohun Bagan or East Bengal or Delhi FC. I mean, you see, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, these clubs, some of the biggest clubs in the world of football, have been suspended. I think Carabas is the only club which is making money. Guardiola, no one in Indian football is making money, not even the Blasters. Is the Licht and Mazraoui really leaving Bayern? If so, then do Bayern have any backup for them or any players on target? Shukas, Mazraoui could be leaving, yes. The Licht, yes, as well. I mean, they've got Jonathan Tah, as we just discussed. He might be coming in as a centre-back. And Stanisic, who was at Leverkusen last season, has come back. He was in loan in Leverkusen. So therefore, let's see. Step down from power is big issue in Indian football. That's why I commented on ethics. What about world football? Morally, ethics works in world football. Do the people step down at the right time? Very often not. But it's not just about football. I think it's generally in life. Does morality count? Do people really know what they're saying or don't say? Does PSC has the authority to apply a transfer ban to any club or only FIFA has? Diptoraj, the PSC can. You know, to me, if it's a global ban, then the AFF will have, the PSC will have to go to FIFA, and then FIFA will have to implement that. So therefore, let's see. According to a few tweets that I read, Skechers will be sponsoring Mohun Bagan, a welcome development right, considering the drought of sponsors in football at the moment. Ishan, they're not sponsors, they're just a kitting partner. And again, kitting partners have been around. Again, the global ones have mainly moved out and mostly are now Indians. But kitting partner has not been a problem in the ISL. So there have been kitting partners. You see 656, you see other Indian brands. You see, for example, Shiv Naresh making a comeback this season, You said our infrastructure go about our youngsters playing ground during trial. Murali, depends where the trial is. Some trial grounds might be good, some trial grounds might be bad. You have to look at it on a case-to-case basis. Do you think we didn't get maximum of our players during Igor Tenor? Player lost hope after continuously defeat. Surely we didn't get the max, So therefore, let's wait and see what happens. But we weren't good enough. Shumon, Anwar Saga, what's your opinion on Ranjit Bajaj? I mean, what did he think before pulling off this fiasco? You have to ask Ranjit what he thought. Again, let's see where it goes. But not the right move to do in the way. I know my feeling is it's all about money. It's all about money, nothing else. And again, Mohun Bagan are in a better position. Why Anwar suddenly started following McLaren on social media today? Guardiola, I don't know. I mean, it's even players of opponent teams might be someone you follow or whatever. Let's see. Did you watch the East Bengal Indian Air Force David scored? Deepak, no, I didn't, and therefore I just watched a few highlights. What happened to Victor Roque? Was considered United when it came to go to the fans. Was overhyped and Barca destroyed him. Yeah, let's see what happens. Joshua Kimmich to leave Bayern. Sad to see to get injured. Also, Joshua Kimmich, I think there's no clarity at the moment what is going to happen to him. He's still a Bayern Munich player, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, Masters FC might not be winning trophies, but they're the only team who played 3 ISL finals, don't forget. Yeah, but again, it doesn't matter how many finals you play. People don't care. There are teams who have reached X number of finals. I mean, the Dutch have reached World Cup finals. Do people care about that? No, I don't. Mohun Bagan also played 3 finals, or ATK played 3 finals, whatever you want to say. Guardiola, Skechers is a big company. I've never heard of them. Blue explains it for you. Skechers is an American footwear company that recently started to make kits. Mumbai also Skechers as partner. Harry Kane is their biggest brand ambassador. They've even started football boots. Michael Ballack in Germany is someone, or Michael Ballack is someone that is catered by them as well. So they have entered the football space in a big way. A new global brand. They've been active in other sports more than football, but now it seems like football is becoming a priority for them, and therefore entering also India is an interesting one. Wouldn't normally be my typical Indian brand, but I don't know if Skechers already has stores in India, lifestyle stores, or they are in other available in others. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But it's a big brand. It's a big global brand. Do you think Southeast Asia and Oceania country have weakest in football, or they don't have good development process? I would say South Asia and Oceania. Southeast is stronger than us, if you look at overall, Murali. And Oceania is just, they're too small, right? Go to from A to B, you need a plane. You can't travel by car or anything. So therefore, that's that. And South Asia is a mess of its own. On what case loan deal can be terminated at unilaterally? Dark Knight, if your salary is not paid, you know. For example, what's happened at Hyderabad? Certain players left. Sana, Nimdoji, Mohammad Yasir. All these guys left. Davids were maybe far from the number 9 winning, but they definitely look hungry. Archana, they are far, far away from being starters for India, I feel. This is a pre-season tournament, the Durand Cup. Look at the quality of opposition you're playing. Mohun Bagan played against downtown heroes, no disrespect. East Bengal played against the Indian Air Force. This is nowhere near the level of the ISL. So therefore, they are not even close. Woman Sunil Chitri also sponsored. Yes, sorry, Woman. Yeah, very right. Sunil is also being sponsored and kitted. Guardiola, why brands like Nike, Adidas don't sponsor Indian football clubs? Because they don't see the value in it. They don't see the value of the Indian football market, and therefore Nike has done it. Nike sponsored the national team. Adidas sponsored the national teams. There've been clubs who've been sponsored by those two brands. Actually, ATK and Mumbai played 6 finals, if I remember correctly. Blue, they are different clubs. No, they're not different clubs. See, that's another discussion, but I'm not going to go on that. So, do you think good grounds are a must for learning possession-based football? Nishan, no. If you can control the ball on a bad ground, it is easier for you to adopt to a good ground. So that's something that one need. This is my thought process. If you're able to control a football on a bad ground, or even whatever looks like a football, you'll have it easier when you go on a good ground. That's might be wrong, but that's what I think is very, very, Mohammed, I generally feel Hyderabad FC won't be playing ISL. Mohammed, let's wait and see. It's let's see what happens. Again, I did a video overnight on this topic regarding Hyderabad and Mohammedan Sporting, and then let's see what happens. Blue Ocean is just New Zealand with some islands. Australia play in Asia, by the way. Why Australia play in Asia? Australia wanted better competition. They wanted their club teams also to play the AFC Champions League, and they thought their pathway to the World Cup is easier via Asia, which of course it has been. So therefore, that's the reason why the Aussies in 2005 decided to switch from Oceania to Asia. Notes to myself, in my early days, I haven't seen any African origin player in German football team during Power, but now there are so many. Why did it happen? It's happened because African kids or African origin kids or mixed kids started playing football. The society has become multicultural, so that is reflected by the German team. But people forget during Paul Breitner's days, you had Jimmy Hartwig or Felix Magath who had foreign fathers and German mothers. But again, that's been something which has been around. Any team in AFC Champions League this time, Vineet? Nope, we are playing ACL2, the second tier of Asian club competition. Mohun Bagan are in the group stage. East Bengal play next month in the qualifiers. Development process, Indian football week. Do you think what about Thailand football? Do they have better development process, or are we both equal? I think overall, most probably Thai development process is better than ours. Yeah, I would say that. So some Indian football stars stakeholders say that our football is bad because of bad grounds. Then these guys don't understand football, right? If you can play well on a good ground, I always say, look at Africa, and there are tons of videos on social media. Look at reels or whatever you want to see, where these kids are playing, and then you are able to play on better grounds in Europe down the road. You'll be better. So if I am technically good enough, if I am physically good enough, if I am football wise good enough, I can play on a bad ground. I can sort it out with the background. But if I'm used to playing only on good ground, then it's a problem. Adhian Sandesh Jingan is back with the club. Yes. Guardiola, India has a nice number of billionaires. Just imagine each of them buys one football club. Guardiola not happening, right? Do you think Uzbekistan on way to become Asian giant like of Japan, Korea, Australia? Molly, for that, they have to be successful for a certain period of time. They have the potential, but they're not there yet. And now is it out for a country to switch confederations if like it happened to Australia and Israel, but what if an Asian team wants to go to UEFA Common Bowl? Is it possible? Um, you somehow have to be bordering those regions. So we've had Israel is a good example. Kazakhstan has moved from Asia to UEFA as well. Azerbaijan could be another example who could have potentially played in Asia as well, but they also take part in European tournaments, competitions. You have to border it. Now, if, for example, Japan says, listen, I want to go here or there, not happening. What's the thing with Anwar Ali? Vineet, I've spoken about it multiple times. If you want to see in detail what has happened in this Anwar saga, I've got multiple videos on that over the last, the first one, more than 2 weeks ago. Yeah, the first video on the topic. There are 3-4 explainer videos here on my YouTube channel. So therefore, if you want to have a look at it, so please have a look at those, and then you will understand what it is, or even watch this video from the start. You'll see some of the answers. Blue, Saudi League, J League, or K League, which is the best Asian league? All these best discussions, I know you guys love to do that. To me, I would say the J League, but again, maybe the Saudi Pro League might be stronger these days. I don't know. For me, the J League still is the strongest. We need ground don't matter, just be as excuse. In fact, backgrounds make you a better player. Yes, we need totally agree with you on that. I think that's one thing we need to understand, that if I want to find excuses of why I don't do this, why I don't do that, that's a huge challenge in my opinion. A huge challenge in my opinion is you need to find reasons and grounds of doing things in a certain way, and that's the biggest challenge I feel Indian football has, because people are always talking about, oh, why this is not working, oh, why that is not working, oh, this isn't happening, oh, that is not happening. That therefore for me, those are always reasons to talk about and think about. But are they really reasons to say, what, this is a reason why this is not happening? And for me is, if I don't have enough coaches, if I don't have enough footballs, if I don't have a good ground, all of these are bad things. I know of players who made it to the top who didn't even have a proper football when they were kids, but they were playing. They worked themselves on things. It is, I think, commitment. It is sometimes that is something which is needed more than anything else. Which Asian team do you think underachieved with the potential they have? Well, we just spoke about Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan would be one of them. We need better coaches, which is most important, Blue, 100%. I think our coaching system is one of our biggest drawbacks. We need better quality, and to me is, from that perspective, certainly. Can Indian players sign for Japan, Korea, second division clubs? Will it improve them? Guardiola, they could, but would they sign them? Would be my counter question. I don't see a Vietnamese club or a club from a club from South Korea or Japan sign an Indian player. Not happening. To me, that's a reality. Hi, Jason. Welcome back. Vietnam is unachieving Asian team. Yeah, we need. Certainly, Vietnam could do better or should do better. Coaching at grassroots level should be more important than senior levels. We need 100%. I think the impact that the coach at youth level has or should have would be more important than at senior level. So for me, in my opinion, that you should be in a position where you should know everything, and the senior level coach just gives final touch. A final touch to you in regard to your football, and then you're the finished product. Go out and play football. That would be the ideal scenario. And that is where I think we're struggling at the moment. We're struggling massively, and we're not getting there or going there where we want to or where we should be. That's, one of my concerns at the moment. And we need to work on those things. We need to work on those things in Indian football structurally, from the start to the finish. Otherwise, we're not going to get there. And that's, it's a tough one. It's a very, very tough one. Morally, fans asking unrealistic situations. India want to play FIFA, but they never ask Federation about what about player development, what are steps taken, only power enjoyment. Morally, yes and no. Because you are talking about the federation, I think the question that people should be asking should be also to the state associations, to the clubs, and to the academies. They produce the players at the end of the day. So for me, the federation is only one of the stakeholders in this, and this will be one of the topics that I want to talk. It's a difficult one. You think A-League is very average considering on other Asian leagues are good internationals? Blue, I think the A-League is one of the better leagues in Asia. Is it the best? No, certainly not. But they produce good players, and they have a pathway to Europe. And of course, they can build on their Aussie origin players, or someone has got some Aussie links, and that makes them very strong. Hopefully someday in arunfoot Live, we will discuss about India's first match in World Cup group stage. Guardiola would love to do that, but I don't know how far away we are. When the younger me would always look at the next World Cup and hope somehow or the other, maybe there's a way for us to sneak through. Nowadays, for me, it's a question of where are we, how are we positioned, and how can we take it forward to that next level. So therefore, Guardiola would love to see India in a World Cup one day. So who's the best Indian football ever in your opinion? Nishant, always a very difficult discussion on this because I haven't seen India or Indian football since the 1890s or 80s, whenever it started. I can only judge on the players that I've seen. If you ask me the best Indian footballer from a football perspective that I have personally seen, then to me that is I am Vijayan. No doubt about it. For me, Vijubhai has been the best that I have personally seen over the last 25, 26 years live. Good evening, Akhil. Welcome back. Do you think India poor football exposing at big levels because of structure and our basics are not good? Murali, it's not one point or the other point. It's the overall thing of Indian football. There's not one point to pick out. We need to do a lot of things right to be better. What do you think about the next generation cup in which Indian clubs will be participation? Ishan, it's a nice exposure trip. It's like a paid holiday for our Indian boys. They will play against boys who will play in the Premier League in the near future, who will play for England or other teams. But this is a level of competition which is normally too high. Again, we're playing against younger age groups, so that's another thing. There are, for example, when was this? 2 years ago, 3 years? I don't even know when it was. Jeekson Singh was playing for the Blasters as a senior level player against academy guys, right? So therefore, that's a reality. So it's good, but is it going to be a value? It's more of a PR thing also for the Premier League. So therefore, that's what I feel and think about it. Murali, are we better running energy compared to Africa apart from money? You can't generalize, Murali. There are federations in Africa doing a good job. Over Baichung, yes, Nishant. I will rate him over Baichung Bhutia because if I'm coming from a pure football perspective, I think Vijayan is most probably one of the best footballers that we've ever produced. So if you ask me that, Vijubhai would be my best ever footballer. Maximum marketing and ads on Durand Cup. It's an army thing. The government supports it. You've seen the president involved, but it's still a preseason tournament. So again, lovely to see all of that, but does it have any value at the end of the day? No, it's a preseason tournament. Most of the teams are not even sending their first teams. Which team do you technically good? 2011 team or current team? 2011. I would say technically was better than this team at the moment. If you ask me, that would be my opinion. I would say 2011 technically was a stronger team. Overall, and everything that they did, I thought that team was better than. Sadly, I have to say, was better than the current team, and that's the reality of where we stand in Indian football these days. So therefore, I hope that I can say that we are better. Why is the AFF not arranging friendlies with African nation? They don't charge too much. Africa's probably the cheapest and best export for any developing nation, to be honest. We need, because they also have their schedules in the FIFA windows. They are playing World Cup qualifiers. African countries are not available at the moment. It's not that. It's not about. You say that they're cheap. Try and play Nigeria, Ghana, or a Cameroon, or a Senegal. They charge you more than most countries in Asia. So again, I know generalization is something which has to be done to get points across, but nobody in Africa is waiting to play us at the moment. We've had teams coming to the Intercontinental Cup, but again, and we have an African country. What am I saying? We have Mauritius coming in the next window, but again, others not really interested. So that's also a reality, right? It is for the again. I know that it's easy for all of us to blame the AFF and say, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. This is whatever. Yeah, but it's not so easy. It is not so easy for the AFF to do what they do, and again, they have their own weaknesses, their own faults, no doubt about it. But it's not easy to be trying to organize, structure, and run Indian football. I think that those are huge challenges within the system, and therefore it'll be interesting to see how we sort of manage those and try and survive in those situations, because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's very tricky, very difficult, to say the least. Right. Those of you who might be new to the channel, even if you might be watching it afterwards, please subscribe to this channel, like this video. Those of you who haven't, please like this video, share this video as well, as always, and 21 likes. Yeah, let's get it to at least 25, and let's keep on growing. I don't think 2011 was better. We used to get thrashed to West Asian countries. Now we sometimes win against them or lose in a tight margin. Okay. Guardiola, which West Asian country have we beaten? A good West Asian country have we beaten? I don't know. Technically, we were much better in 2011, no doubt about it. So is it true that Sukhwinder Sir's team drew with West Bromwich Albion, lost to Fulham by 1 goal? No, it's not fully true. Yes, we drew West Brom goalless. I was there that night at the Hawthorns. We lost by 2 goals to Fulham in the match before that. Karl-Heinz Riedle, 1990 FIFA World Cup winner with West Germany, was the goal scorer of both the goals. And then the third game, we played Bangladesh in 2000 and beat Bangladesh 1-0 through a Joe Polancheri goal. Goal scoring issue because lack of striker, or ISL does not allow us to play our players. Goal scoring issue, again, does always, is it about lack of strikers, or could other players also score goals, right? So if your strikers don't score, your midfielders are there also, your defenders are there. You have to find means and ways to score. And it's not an ISL thing. This thing used to be discussed in the I-League. This thing used to be discussed in the NFL. We have this problem in regard to players for I don't know how many years. It's been there. It was there. It is there. It was just that you had I.M. Vijayan, then you had Baichung, then you had Sunil, you had I.M. Vijayan, Baichung overlapping, Baichung, Sunil overlapping. So we felt everything was fine, but the reinforcements were never there. Justin, we all expected a lot when BJP candidate came into power as head of AFF under BJP government, but such corruption for BJP lead officials is not acceptable. How can this corruption by Chaube reach PMO? You know, I honestly don't know. I think if the government was really bothered about football, they would. And I don't think the government is bothered about football, Justin. Sorry to say that. The government doesn't care. As harsh as it might sound. Can we expect highest quality ISL season with next one? We need, I hope it's going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be the highest quality one, but the last one was, very exciting. So let's hope it's going to be good. I'm Vijay Baju. Any difference apart from scoring? Did anything gone abroad for Viju Bhai never went abroad, but Baju Bhutia was sort of a fox in the box, and Ambijan was technically just very gifted. That's the biggest difference. Do we football fans start a campaign against this Chobe brings any change? You can do that. Listen, please do that. Go ahead, organize it to go out there. Um, you know, um, Try and see what can be done. Again, all these things, yes, can be raised. Is anyone listening? That's going to be my question. Which team do you see lifting the Durand Cup this time? Akhil, I don't know. It's still early stages of the tournament. Expect an ISL team, and yeah, and then let's see. Let it get to the latter stages. As I said, I don't know. Again, some teams are not even playing their first teams. Mumbai, for example, is playing their junior squad. So let's see what happens. Guardiola, Kuwait from 09 2011 to 1 in 2023. Yeah, if you just see the simple result, you will say. But then 2010 it was a friendly where Bob Houghton tried out a lot of stuff. After that, Kuwait was suspended by FIFA, didn't play a number of years. They're just coming back from where they were. I think it's simply to look at results and say that we have developed is very, very easy. Then you would say, you know what, Saudi beat Argentina. So then Saudi Arabia is better than Argentina. Do you think Saudi Arabia is better than Argentina? No. Is Japan better than Spain or Germany? No, they're not. But they won on that day. So therefore, one-off results like these can't do it. Can we try Ashik as striker? He played left back. Is it normal? Ashik is a winger. He's not a left back. He's a left. He's been used as a left back, but he's more of a left attacking player. So therefore, but I don't think that Ashik could be an out-and-out striker. I don't know. Fire PL against Chobe, courts do care. We need. If you think that will help, please then bring forward. You can't just say, listen, there is corruption in the AFF. You have to have proof, right? People make allegations left, right, and center, but no one seems to have any proof on what supposedly is happening or has happened. So therefore, as long as there's no proof on these things, I see it's very difficult to say, these kind of things. Why do we so bad in Olympic competition comparing with other Asian countries? Olympic has been our priority since time immemorial. Why? Because it's not our priority. Who says it's our priority? It's a verbal priority, no? Look at what happened to the wrestlers in the last few years. No, it's not a priority. It's just hearsay. So, but we're now played back-to-back to Asia Cup, first time in history. Yeah, but that's nice, But that doesn't mean that we are better. The Asian Cup has grown. It used to be a small 12-team tournament, then grown to 16, now 24. That's the reason why we're playing. If it was a 16-team tournament, we would struggle to get into the Asian Cup. Mumbai City, where do you place in Europe League, Germany? Only fourth, fifth tier of German football, most probably. So if someone who's watches in sports on occasions and asks why we don't win Olympic medal, why we don't play football World Cup, why only cricket does well, what would you say? Very good question in that way. Very simply, the money spent, the money, the desire, the commitment of the government, of the stakeholders. It's the commitment. That's something which I would say cricket sucks out the money out of the Indian sports system. Therefore, other sports are. Sadly, India isn't a sporting nation. I have no hesitation in telling this. Woman, I totally agree. India is not a sporting country. Just to be good in cricket doesn't mean you're a sporting country. And our hockey glory has been, let's see. A simple audit by Deloitte is enough to prove corruption in AFF. We need one of the big four always does the books of the AFF, and where is the corruption then? Say if you're ever president, how do you localize football development in a country like India? Nishant, you know, um, you have to the AIFF president or the AIFF themselves cannot do everything. That's one thing I repeat again and again and again. It depends on the other stakeholders. It depends on the state association. It depends on their clubs, on the franchises, on the academies, on the football centers or schools, whatever you want to call them. It depends on the people. It depends on knowledge, understanding. This is what we lack. People think they know, but they don't have a clue. I very often feel that's something which is a problem. Why Citigroup don't send Indian players to sister clubs for training on regular basis? Guardiola, one is the Indian football season, and the others is that the sister clubs themselves have their own issues and matters, and it's not just easy. And again, if our players were so good, the sister clubs would take them immediately. Our players are not good enough. I think cricket is way less competitive than football. Nishant, 100%. Cricket is not competitive because you have how many countries really seriously play cricket? 5, 7, 8, 10 countries. That's the reality. Do you think USA good grassroots regarding size of nation or administration economy is high in USA compared to India? Morally, I wouldn't be able to give you a complete answer on this. I think sports in America is part of society, is ingrained in the system. It is very local, as I've said as well on one of the earlier podcasts, on these lives. Sorry, and it is something which is different than it is in other countries, and they're strong with their school sports. They're strong with their university sports, and that differentiates them from other nations. So therefore, that's why America is as strong as they are. So therefore, from my perspective, America is on a different trajectory, on a different route when it comes to sports than other nations. So therefore, yeah, they're very successful in sports. Just in a football match is similar that of a war, all nations is considered it as such. But why do we need to stick only to this cricket when only played by colonial countries? Sorry, I am fed up. See, I think the problem is India needs success. India wants superstars, be it in football or sports, be it in entertainment, Bollywood, music, whatever. In football, the road to success is very, very long. Chaitanya, what's the latest update on Anwar controversy? Any chance to punish to East Bengal? Chaitanya, I've done multiple videos on this, shorter ones. Just go through my timeline under videos, and then you'll find what I thought. I still think the same. There is no latest updates except that there is a hearing of the PSC on Friday, and then we'll see. Can East Bengal punished? I said it from the first day. Yes, they can. Murali, do you think people are not stepping down? They could say enjoy power when India perform good. They take pictures when it performs well. They won't step down. Yeah, but that's the reality of Indian sports. For training, not for game. Even if they train their reserve team for months, it will help them. Yeah, but Guardiola, someone needs to put them up. Someone needs to take care of the bill and all those kind of things. It's not just, hey, listen, you know what? We're part of the same group. I'm just sending you two players. Sometimes I guess you or other people think it's very, very easy to say, listen, I'm just sending a player to, I don't know, Girona or to Troyes or to Lommel. I'll send players to Melbourne or to New York. It's not that easy. Have you heard that a Melbourne City player is training at Man City or at Girona or elsewhere? It's not that easy. It's not that easy to say, listen, hey, listen, we're all part of a City football group. I'm sending you some players now to train with you. Sadly, it doesn't work that way, right? So therefore, yeah, these are sometimes brutal realities, but these are realities of things. It's not so easy, and you've seen Apuya went to City Football Group a while back. You saw that Vikram visited Man City this summer. But again, Vikram to train with City, even with the reserves or even with their under 21s or under 18s, difficult. New Zealand's playing the Olympic football surprise, or they develop better system than us. Morally, they're playing because there's a quota system amongst the 16. One spot is Oceania, so therefore it's very, very likely that they're going to play there. And New Zealand, yeah, most probably they're around us. They're a little better of us. They've qualified for a World Cup in 2010. So they're there, right? They have players who are playing Premier League, Bundesliga, Bundesliga 2, other leagues. Yeah, New Zealand is on a different level. Sorry. Yeah, I mean these are things, these are realities that if I like it, you like it, whoever likes it or not. These are realities of things. Indian football, a certain level of this development will need to come from within India. It will not come from outside. Outside help is coming, could be coming. People have tried. I think a lot of people have also given up. I know a lot of people who I have known, who I've worked with, who have tried to help Indian football, but who have at some stage gave up and said, listen, it's not worth the effort. It's not worth my time. And that is a concern that I have had with Indian football. You know, people that I've worked with a lot in the past over the years who have said at some stage, you know what, it's not getting anywhere, it's not going anywhere. So that's a reality that there is in Indian football. You know, so therefore, I think that's something where we need to change, and you know, let's see. I don't know which ICC's Northeast player complained regarding accommodation. Do you think infrastructure only good in certain places, rest of the place lacking? Even Northeast had in between financial issues, financial problems similar to those of Hyderabad, and it wasn't clear if the franchise would continue. And at that stage, they kept players in inferior accommodations. Yes, and that happens. And it is also a thing that it's easier to find quality accommodation, let's say in a Delhi, a Mumbai, a Bangalore, a Calcutta. Even Goa is not a problem. Even Kochi is not a problem. Chennai is a problem. Not a problem, all these places. But sometimes in certain parts of the Northeast, accommodation, I remember myself when I first went to Mizoram, accommodation according to my standards was not up to the mark. But these are realities, and then you try and live and work around these realities. So therefore, in modern football debate, strength, physique versus skill, which side are you if you have to pick one? I would always go for skill, Guardiola. Always. That is something, you know. So that's something which I feel, yeah, we'll let's see. Maybe a Hamza Chaudhary like player for India can change situation. Nishant could be, but has Hamza Chaudhary changed the situation in Bangladesh? He's been around now for I don't know how many years in the Premier League, right? I know Bangladeshis used to disown him because he was playing for England youth. So therefore, these are the realities which are there, right? So therefore, we have to work around them. And if an Indian player plays in the Premier League, great. If an Indian player plays for, you know, Michael Chopra used to play, has it helped us? No, it hasn't. Hi Kumar, welcome back. Another Mohun Bagan East Bengal unable to thrash their army team or amateur team. What kind of football players India producing top division is same that are unable to dominate? Kumar, I've been saying that we're not producing good players. And if you're able to defend and you're able to close down, that is half the job done. You know, so that's why for me, again, these are problems that we've had, these are problems that we have, and we have to work around them and try and find solutions. That's the only way we'll move forward. And we need to produce better. I continue to say that we desperately need to produce better footballers. Desperately, Indian football needs to produce better footballers. Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere. And these are just examples. Can our Indian players play in A-League quality? Blue, maybe Changte, maybe Apuya, maybe the one or the other, but not in general. Do you think Japan is defeating Spain and Germany, surprising as they're not up to mark 2 times to beat Germany? They are surprised by their potential. As I said, Japan beating Germany in the World Cup and Spain, those were, both the teams had more opportunities, didn't score. Japan did. And at home in Germany, Germany was in transition. It wasn't the best team. So therefore, Japan won. So yeah, it happens. We had better players than Hamza. Imagine Danny Bath, Sandesh Pair in defense. Yeah, but again, Danny has said, when did he tell me the first time? 2017, he wanted to play for India? No, 2013, sorry. 2013 at Wembley, he said to me he's open to playing for India. Nothing has happened in 11 years. So therefore, Guardiola, I am not losing sleep about players of Indian origin playing for the Indian national team as long as we're not closer to that reality. That's the thing for me. The biggest concern is we are not close to that point that we can say, listen, players of Indian origin are going to play for the national team. I've been fighting for this for 21 years. Started in 2001, speaking to government. I've spoken with multiple AFFs, with the government. My PIO card at the time in 2006 was sent to FIFA. They were fine with it. The Indian government then, the Indian government today hasn't changed anything. And it doesn't matter what the color of the Indian government is. The government, so therefore that's a disturbing situation. And that's, so therefore that's a reality. So we Indians pray for superstars. If we get one from anywhere in the world, it can change situation. Nishant, it could, but we've had players, but it hasn't changed. Now, when the Germany team come to Mizoram, who organized that friendly, I heard Klose and Neuer also came to play. No, Ginger, first of all, to say Klose and Neuer didn't play. It was the German student national team in 2016, January. And I organized it. If you want to ask who organized it, I organized it. And we came with the German student national team, which is like a sort of the German Federation calls it like a German B or a C national team. And we played in Mizoram against the Mizoram 11, led by JJ and Dika. And on the other side, we played Ozone FC in Bangalore. What made Sandesh and Anas a great partnership on defense when Constant was there? Anas was, I guess, the better player, Rohit, and Sandesh the power. And they had the trust of the coach and stability also in defensive midfield, a blocker. You had the Pranay Halders of this world defending. I am Indian football fan, but I want to say Durand Cup overshadowed badly by Olympics in India. West Lanka feels so bad as an Indian football fan. Yeah, but that's the reality, Mihar. That's the sad reality of where football is or where football stands these days. That you're overshadowed, and therefore, we were being overshadowed by the Euros or other things a little earlier. Now we're overshadowed by the Olympics and cricket is always there, right? T20 World Cup, there's that, everything that's there. And if I see, for example, I've started a series. Those of you who haven't seen it, please do watch a series on the future of Indian football series. I've called it, where I talk about, what I would do to improve, a general introduction I've done first, and then one on leadership. I'll put out an episode tomorrow on the stakeholders. Do follow it. It doesn't get views. If I do something on transfers, people, Anwar's story, people are more interested. And that's the reality. People don't, a lot of Indian football fans also don't care about the future. They just live in the here and now. That's also reality. It was horrendous to see the East Bengal game. I'm unable to see the Durand Cup game. How I can watch this kind of football? I think Carlos Correa did not coach East Bengal. It's like that. Okay. Mohammed, I think it's time for us to forget the idea of POs here. We need to develop our players and work ahead. See, yes and no, because work ahead, who's going to do that? Right? Who's the implementing person, organ to improve our players? We have a problem on that front, and that's, I hope, a change. And that's something, that's, I will always look at the PIO OCI issue, but the government needs to look at it and open it and think about it. Why government can't make football exception pay off? Nowadays, football became a way to flex muscles for a country. Guardiola, I think if India opens it for PIOs or OCIs, it's not just football, it's other sports as well. So therefore, it's a win-win for India, but the government needs to understand that, and they don't, How do the Olympic football compare to World Cup? Are they competitive enough? It's a under 23 tournament, so morally, it's not to be compared on that front. It's a youth competition. Answer, why aren't you organizing this time? Please organize again. General, it was because at the time there was a certain interest of the German Football Association to do something, and therefore we looked at where we could play in India. And due to my good relationship with Tete, Tete and I came and worked this out. Tete and the Museum Football Association, the museum government did everything to make it possible. But at the moment, yeah, let's see. Do you think the biggest Indian issue, not only in sports, even in every sector, is too much individual focus? Indians follow individuals, not the sport, and not too often the success. Yeah, Blue, that's very well said. Very well said. Right. And in team sports, it's about the teams. Kumar, another, most of the Indian players do not know how to pass after seeing today's game is when randomly promoting Aman Sikh and P. Vishnu both look like amateurs. I've said that, and I've been literally abused by East Bengal fans about it. But this is the quality of the talent which is coming through, Kumar, at the moment on Indian football. That's the reality. Players to watch out from Mumbai City for you. I want to see amongst the foreigners, of course, John Toral, Jeremy Mansouro, and of course Nikolaos Karelis. So these are the foreigners, but I would like to see, let's say, like a Nufal. How does he do coming up from the I League to the ISL? I want to see Brandon back in Mumbai City colours. So let's see what they do. Murali, are ISL struggling against Army team cannot be dominant than show quality, or Army has decent team that is a quality? The Army teams are not decent. It shows rather that we have a problem. Pierre Osia is quick fixer. Even teams like France, Spain, Portugal does it. Guardiola, yes and no. To me, these teams have a certain level of structure, but they also track players. That's when that I don't know. There are players, French origin players playing for Spain, and on the other side, Spanish origin players playing for France. So therefore, yeah, or Brazilians, Argentinians playing for Portugal or Italy or whatever. So yeah. Listen, Colas is rumored to BFC. Is it true? Waman, I think it's interesting. Yeah. I think Mohun Bagan will sell the one or the other player. I think the question is now who and when, and therefore at the moment, I'm not very clear, not very sure, but Listen Colasso could be on that list. Question is if any club would be willing to pick him up, and is any club willing to pay Liston's salary, which is quite substantial, I have to say. So therefore, these are matters and issue that one would have to sort of look at and think about. I guess that's the challenge that would be there. Kumar, I agree with you what you said about our players. Most of our players don't deserve to play in the 6th division of Germany. Kumar, sorry, that's the reality. I might be sometimes very harsh, but I try and be as honest as I can. And in my opinion, these players are not good enough for that division. Sad reality, but that's the reality that I see that is there in the quality or the lack of the quality of our players. Did you ever lose hope about supporting so much, nothing changed, even results are not getting? Murali, I'm an optimist, but I've also become cynical at times. But I try and keep it, and try and stay. Yeah, with age, it's becoming more and more difficult to be positive about Indian football because there are too many problems. The problems are rather getting more, and people are not willing to accept those problems. I think that's my sort of biggest concern at the moment. 80% of Europe national team players are African origin, so why can't we? Murali, yes, origin might be, but a lot of them are born in those countries, right? So if I, for example, would have been a footballer and I played for Germany, I'm born in Germany. Yes, I have Indian roots, but again, I'm a German. So that is a little bit of a difference. I don't know, sir, you own a club? No, I am not any club owner or something. That was the German National Federation with whom we did it, the DFB. I find lack of willingness to change uniform the biggest issue I find, and the people who run education rarely care. Countries like Thailand, they're willing to change. That's the major. Yeah, to some extent. Just back from stadium, watched Salah live for the first time. What a player. Mainak, good evening. Great to hear. Yeah. I think India is a very peculiar in terms of sports. Other nations system build system to get success. The only build system of India is good in that sport as cricket or earlier hockey. Yeah, or you have, again, do they really have that great of a system behind cricket? That would be my question. So, what is more important for development of players, skill or getting game time? I think you need to have a basic level of skills, and then, of course, game time comes in. Skill is something which you need to develop and evolve, and via game time, you improve on your skills, right? To me, that's why I say, if you have a certain level of skill, you can only get better with training and match time. So spend as much time as you can on a football field. Kumar, the Army team assembled before Durand Cup. They started playing the matches as it is unable to thrash the Army team. Sorry to say, most of the players simply hyped up to astronomical. Yeah. Apuka, will you place in European League? Morally, very difficult to say, but players like him, most probably realistically third, fourth tier of European football. Even though I honestly say I don't know if a player like him would walk into a team like FC Remscheid. So therefore, I don't know what the level of our players is. Very difficult to say. So you think if AFF's budget is tripled, would Indian football quality improve in 10 years to top 75 in the world? Rohit, I think it's not just about money. I think money is an important factor, but it's the desire and the will and the knowledge to improve. If you see Indian clubs spend ridiculous amounts of money. I look at what Mohun Bagan has been spending, look at what East Bengal is spending. 5 to 10 crores of that money going into youth development would be crucial. They're not going to do it. They're not doing it. Infrastructure. East Bengal, Mohun Bagan should be owners of own stadiums in the size of 30, 40,000. They leave it to the government. So money is an important factor, Rohit. Yes, 100%. But it's not just money. It's the people as well. It's the desire, the will. Everybody in the system has to wake up. Actually, true. Even cricket system isn't good enough in most parts. Most players have to go to matches to play. Just it's popular. It's bad. Yeah. Someone asked, kids in German football can play in a week. They have 5 days of training, so 90 minutes each in a game or two. General answer, what would you do if you were the president of AFF? Well, big question. It's not one thing, generally, which would change Indian football. To me, as I say, it's about leadership, it's about will, it's about desire, and trying to bring everybody together and try and change things. Short term, you might even fail, but mid to long term, you need to be successful, and even failure needs to be accepted. Apuya can play in Liverpool like team in Uruguay maybe, or in Croatia. Don't think so. Do you think Sahal, Brandon need created major impact because of injury, or their form is not good? They're talented players, but they've not gone to the next level that I would have hoped. Is 10,000 hour rule a compulsory? Nishant, it's not, but if you can get those hours in, you will be a better player. Simple as that. Kumar, most of the Indian players don't have basic technical ability. What is your take? Blasters reserve team promoting them to main team. They're putting effort and money on, right? See, the Blasters, yes, are doing something right, but again, I think if I read what the Blasters fans have been saying in this chat or in other chat rooms as well, or on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, they how can they reach the next level? I think that's going to be the question for the Blasters. They have done from a sporting perspective. When it comes to youth, Thomas Schorsch, they've done an excellent job. promoting these players, giving them opportunity in the first team, great, and then selling them on for a lot of money. That's good for balancing your books, but you're still losing money, right? So that's the problem. So let's see what happens. Yeah. Hi, Subi. Do you think we can get a draw against Syria in September match? If you ask me, yeah. Yeah. I think let's see how this India team plays under Manolo. So therefore, any result is possible. So some star stakeholders in Indian football say kids in their academy play 5 to 6 every day, and that's how they will qualify for 30, 40. Yeah, but the question is, if you're training 5-6 hours a day, is that going to take you forward? Are you just on the field? Are you working in the gym? Are you working mentally on stuff? Nishant, there are ways of doing development, and again, copy paste development will not happen. You have to realize the weaknesses of one kid is not the weaknesses of another kid. So therefore, you have to have specific ideas and plans. How did Indian country infrastructure compare to Germany country public infra compared to past? Germany, of course, is much better. Morally, no comparison. Enough, sir. Can we keep original football? Jendra, it will not happen in India. It will not happen around the world. Politicians are part and parcel of sporting bodies. Sports attracts people, and therefore, I don't see that they will stay away or move away from sports. That's something which is there, which has been there, which is there, and which will remain there. So therefore, yeah, good or negative, positive, bad. That's a reality. So yeah, those of you who are watching, 1 hour 26 minutes plus already of this live on a Monday evening, July the 29th. Please like this video, share this video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to arunfoot here on YouTube, on my other social medias, as well as, yeah, as I said, subscribe, and of course visit arunfoot.com as well. And yeah, we're getting there. 25 likes, good. Let's try and get it even higher. If Sandesh had a ball control like Anwar, he would have played for a European club for sure. Maybe not. Now I do not think East Bengal finished in top 6 after seeing today's performance for East Bengal. Kumar, it's the first match of the season. East Bengal didn't even play with their best 11. Give them time. Again, today's match is not the yardstick. The Durand Cup to me is not the yardstick of performances for clubs. So let's wait and see. Blue AFA should talk with clubs and ask them to spend a set amount in youth development like AFC did this year. That 3 players should be playing for some years. Should just impose 5 players from academy. Blue, they've tried it in the past. It's never worked. Do you think Syria is superior compared to us, their country, war situation, or player playing abroad making strong? Syria has gotten because of the will and desire of the players. They're playing abroad. Some of them are even playing still in their own country. So they are better than us. Sadly, yes, I have to say that. We were 10, 15 years ago, we were competing with them on a regular basis. So which one of the best youth football tournaments in the world for Indian academies? I mean, even though it's under 20, I think the Toulon International Tournament, but that's national teams. In France, that's one of the best. There are tournaments. There's the Dallas Cup, which is massive. In America, there are tournaments in Europe, rather unknown, but it's not the Nordic Cup or the Gothia Cup or whatever, Mayor's Cup or whatever that is up there in Scandinavia, which is going to be the best. Another, you forgot charges also politician disguise of official. Kumar, that's your opinion. Hi, no, sir. Hope you're doing good. Karam, welcome back. Good to see you. Hope you're doing fine. Do you think role of politician plays crucial if it was like Odisha government, majority of them are destroyers? Yeah, if it was Odisha, own experience, Mizoram, if your government then it's good. But otherwise, yeah. Say Russia is banned in the Olympics, but Israel isn't pure politics. Well, bro, that's your opinion. I'm not going to judge that. Is Luxembourg better than India? Guardiola, you're comparing a city state with one of the biggest countries or the largest population in the world. So no comparison. And again, yes, if you compare it 1:1, Luxembourg is most probably one of the countries that a lot of people would love to live in. Which Scandinavian country is the best in sports? Blue, they're all good. Be it Norway, be it Sweden, be it Finland, or be it Denmark. They're all good in their own rights. Be it in winter sports, be it some of them are good in athletics, swimming. Let's see. Hi, average foodie. Welcome back. AFS usually clown. We will play football in Olympics 2036, and I was doing nothing. We will get 23 of plus current accounts. India shit, and we can't trust them for 2036. Who's saying India is hosting the 2036 Olympics, average foodie? Except the government, right? There's no decision, right? So therefore, let's wait and see what happens to that. If we really want the third round of work over the next cycle or Asian Cup to get points in that, we must produce top talent, otherwise start our way. Yeah, Kumar, but that's what I've been saying. And I will continue to say, we need better talent. And at the moment, we're producing, every cycle, we're producing worse talent because we've gone for mass rather than class. So we need to filter out that class out of the mass. That's the challenge. Is Luxembourg better than Indian football team asked? Guardiola, I would think they are better. Yeah, they've got some good players. So I think Luxembourg would be better than India. Do you think we have decent infrastructure compared to South American nation or player make big deal? Well, we have better infrastructure than the South Americans. So therefore, but infrastructure is not, as I say, it is the quality of coaching and the quality of competitions which decides. The desire also of the kids to play football, even in an open field here and there, and those opportunities are not there in large parts of India. Neeta Ambani made some statements on the Olympic hosting. Kumar, Mrs. Ambani can say a lot, but 2036 hosting is still quite a bit away. There are means and ways of doing it. India is shouting out in the world that we want to host it. All the other competitors that India potentially has, no one is shouting out that I want to host it, and they're still there. So therefore, let's see. I'm very careful with this. Let's see what happens, and then we can decide. If and when that decision is made, that if India is going to host or another country is going to host. Main issue is as the clubs play foreigners as strikers, and there are a lot of issues in centre back considering its lack of depth and quality. Average footy strikers has been an issue since the days of the NFL. And so for me, it's nothing new regarding strikers. We've had issues in the 90s and the 2010s. A lot of, maybe you guys were not even born, some of you, but nobody used to talk about it because we had Ian Vijan, Baichung Bhutia, and Sunil Chhetri, and suddenly we don't have a Sunil Chhetri. We were lucky when Ian was moving towards his end. Oh no, even when he was prime, Baichung came around. When Baichung was towards his, not still in his prime, but moving also towards his end, Sunil came around, and no one has come forward, so let's wait and see what happens. Any news on Bangalore FC new signing? Umair, nothing as such. Most of the signings are done. There might be the one or the other position. Let's see what happens at BFC. Karam, sir, what can Info do to get financially strong, both clubs and AFF? Karam, the system needs to get better. People need to show leadership. As long as we can't improve our quality, people don't work together, nothing will happen. Where is Abdul Rabe moving? Not sure at the moment. Umair might be forced to stay at Hyderabad if they play, but at the moment, nothing clear. I think Qatar is ahead in hosting the NAS. Blue, there are multiple countries looking to bid, and let's see what happens. Nasser, what's your thoughts on Olympic opening ceremony controversy as an Indian Christian? I don't feel quite good. Jen Joylian, you know what? You can make. I think we need to be around the world less fussy about stuff, right? Was it the perfect taste? Was it the right thing to do? In my opinion, most probably not. But to make a global fuss about the opening ceremony, which I felt overall was a great show, was a great spectacle on the Seine on those weather conditions. And again, everybody is fussy and touchy and this and that and everything. I think we need to be more open, be more liberal. Otherwise, yeah, everything that one does gets to be a problem. Is quality of coaching the problem? Was quantity of coaches the problem? Will India benefit by funding more coaches being trained for grassroots level kids coaching? Rohit, I think quality. We have, I think that we have gone for quantity in the last decade and a half, and the quantity has not produced quality. So I think I would go for quality. As a Mumbai fan, I'm not even expecting top 2 average footy. Okay, my aim is top 4 winning Super Cup, winning playoff tournaments. Okay, let's see. Now, the biggest failure of Indian football is lack of proper coach. Sorry. One of the biggest failure of Indian football is lack of proper coaching. Our players are bad because our coaches are as bad as they are. Not teaching the correct way of football. Yeah, Kumar, sadly, I've been saying this, right? That's the reality. Do you think we generally not good in administration and running federation part of established sports? Europe, I think good. I personally feel Indian people fight among themselves. See, there are counter examples of good administrations. But again, yeah, there needs to be a will and desire. It's not about the position, it's about wanting to do something for a sport. Shomo, potential outcome of Anwar case, which direction it's going. Shomo has spoken about this on videos. Separately, also you can rewind in today's episode. I've spoken a few times. The case will be heard on Friday. In my opinion, it's very clear. Anwar broke the contract. He's at fault. And then he will have to face the punishment. East Bengal has not only approached the player, but giving him a pre-contract. He's at fault. LAFC felicitated that. So that would be the normal route. Any club that is close to break even, Karam, no one. I would say Blasters most probably, they sell more players, but otherwise, no, none of the clubs. Or no, they're saying there will be no bad students, there will be only bad teachers. Yeah, Kumar. Cleon, please rate Mumbai City's foreign signings and predict where do you see Mumbai City. I thought Mumbai has done a decent job so far with the 5 official signed foreigners. Keeping Tiri and Yoel Fanif was good. Manzoro showed last season what he potentially is capable of. Yon Toral is, let's see if he can replicate what he can do. And Nikolaos Karelis looks like a solid striker. And if Tayak Roma is added as a last centre back, then I think, yeah, they're settled overall. I think on the Indian side, we're a little weak in the midfield. That's one thing that I'm missing a little. But otherwise, defensive midfield, not midfield. Midfield attacks looks good. Overall, I think Mumbai can, yeah. You said we have good infrastructure towards FIFA, AFC. Are we capable of hosting Olympics? Not at the moment. You would have to build that new infrastructure. When is East Bengal's playoff match? It's on the 14th, Blue. Is improving coaching quality at grassroots level an AFF task, or is it a combination of and clubs partnership? Rohit, it's a partnership of AFF, state association, clubs, and individuals. Sir, can we expect good, decent results in September friendly? Jen Joylian, let's see which is the squad. I honestly don't know who's going to be in that India squad at the moment. Let Manolo decide on his first squad. Let them start training, and then we can talk about what we can expect. Syria will be very tough, very very tough. We saw them in the Asian Cup; they were much better than us, to be very honest. And therefore, I hope But Mauritius, ranking wise, looks easier, but it's an African team, so let's see. Do you think our coaches didn't teach the basics right at young age? It continues to senior level? Yeah, because they don't know better sometimes, I feel, morally. Kumar, another how to produce good coaches, whether to import grassroots in Europe or any homemade solution for that. It's a combination of both, Kumar. You will have to bring in quality coaching instructors, and then build your system. Isn't Minerva making money or breaking even Ranjit sold Punjab FC and not developing WFC? He says he focuses on player development. Sounds like it's a good business model. Your thoughts? I don't know about the numbers, Rohit. The numbers don't add up, so therefore, let's see what happens. Syria will send B team. Dark Knight, let's see. It's a FIFA window, so I don't see why would Syria send a B team? Don't know the logic. What's your take regarding East Bengal qualification ACL2? I think East Bengal has an advantage of playing at home, but are they going to qualify? I don't know. There are a lot of worse things happening in Hindi belt of state FA while AL is not taking action against the Hindi belt state FA. See, the problem is sometimes for you have to, for AFF to act, someone needs to come forward, either be a whistleblower or someone in the state FA, and you need to furnish proof. There are a lot of allegations, there are a lot of media reports about this and everything, but is anyone proving these points? I could make allegations against half of the people in Indian football for this reason or that reason and say, this is the reason, that's the reason. But I'm not furnishing proof. If you need to go to the AFF, you have to furnish proof and say, listen, this is the reason or that's the reason. Therefore, average footy, just to make allegations, to me, is not going to be enough. There needs to be a level of proof and saying, that you are willing to for the AFF to take action. Syria will not send B team why will they lose ranking points deliberately? Agree, Blue. Hi Abhishek, welcome back. I don't know about other AFF, but I can assure AFF Bengal or Kolkata, that case is the worst. Blue, they're actually not. They're better than others. Janjolian, answer, where do you see Indian football in 10, 15 years down the line? Janjolian, I have no idea. If you'd asked me 5 years ago, I would have said, we're going in the right direction, but it'll take time. But at the moment, I don't know. We are at a stage in Indian football with all the things that are happening in Indian football, with the AFF, with here, with there, whatever. It's very difficult to say. Harry Suter, how do you rate him? His height advantage. I think he played for Leicester City. Do you think our player played in top Premier League team? Yeah. Sorry. He has a height advantage, but he's a good centre back as well. Let's see. Or now that we're not solving the root cause until we solve that, problems are never ending vicious cycle that's happening with coaching. Yeah, Kumar. Worst FA in India is Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. Okay. Today player welcome by Mumbai fans, one of Candid Indian football. Shomo. Yeah. You will say that, and someone else will say that that's East Bengal. I have seen it at other clubs as well, but it's not, they do nothing for North Bengal, other districts. I can only see things here close to Kolkata. That's true. But again, there are other states, Ranjul, I think it's 30% of the 15 courses of Minerva FC boys are true. Is he doing something right? I don't know the number. They are, but are these players Asian level? My question would be, are they world level? They're not. So you're not producing good enough. Even if you are, Tata Football Academy used to produce much better players, and at some stage, 80% of players used to be from TFA. Syria, Vietnam, which is tough team. Both of them are tough. At Tamil Nadu 2 says Abhishek to average foodie. Vasu sir, why can't players are not select from Indian Navy, Indian Army Navy for national team? Because they're not good enough, Vasu. Again, you want them to play national team, then we have a problem. East Bengal Mohun fans will say that football is alive in India because of them. Did they build their own stadium or did they produce any world class player? No, though, did they have an academy? Yeah, Kumar. I know this went under radar, but my state affairs run by former India president perpetrated corruption and destroyed Indian football. See, average foodie, you're making an allegation. Can you prove it? If you can prove it, go to court. Very simple, right? Always people are saying, oh, there's corruption here, there's corruption there. Yeah, prove it. I don't see anyone proving this corruption. Why isn't Tata Football Academy producing the level of players anymore? What happened to them? The Tata started with an and we've broadened our network in the sense of that we have many more academies. So the best players don't go to the Tata Football Academy anymore. And that I think is a big drawback for us, that the best talent in India is not going to one academy. So yeah, these are some of the brutal, I would say, brutal realities of Indian football, and things need to change. So hopefully they will, but at the moment it looks tough, difficult, and the quality is then. India, then half of the politicians will be jailed in India. Maybe even more, Kumar. But again, if you don't prove things, and people love to make allegations. Allegations are nice, easy to make, right? But prove the allegations. You said our players not good enough, international, national level player. What about current players? Are they good enough? No, Murali. I'm talking about the current players enough, no? So no. Why no one has been charged with corruption ever is because all are corrupted. Gingerlian, I will not speculate on that. People talk about corruption, but they can't prove the corruption. So it's easy to talk about things. Is maybe corruption is the issue. Maybe even corruption might not be the issue. I don't know. That is the challenge in Indian football. That real challenge of proving things of what is wrong within Indian football. That's the biggest challenge Indian football has these days. That's to me the biggest challenge. What happened to Komal Tatala playing U17 World Cup? Vasu, amongst other things, he had a serious injury. He played multiple clubs. He left Jamshedpur officially today. He's announced that he's not staying with Jamshedpur FC. Overhyped. That's the reality. I can say with my eyes closed, there's 100% corruption in AFF. Jen then please prove it. Prove it. My point is very simple. I can't prove it. I can't prove it, so therefore I will not make allegations. I think classic example for corruption is solid evidence. Yeah, for example, Dada, do you think Lalcom Boy was technically better than current national team midfielder? Lalcom, yeah, technically yes. Overall, no. Overhyped player, in my opinion. Over now, when will the club open their eyes to improve the grassroots and youth football? Again, Kumar, they are about current results. They don't care about the future. They tell you they care about the future, but loads of clubs around the world care about tomorrow's results. Sorry, but that's the reality. That's the reality of things. I mean, if I like it or not, these are the brutal realities of football in India that we want to see results, we want to see better results, we want to see better things happening. But for that to happen, is things need to change, and for that you need change. Things need to get better, and it's not so easy to try and change things for the short, mid, and long term. It's a huge challenge. It's a huge challenge to change things for the betterment of Indian football. right? So therefore, for me, um, that's a tough one. That's a tough challenge to try and find solutions to things, um, where you know that it's not going to be easy to change those things. And Indian football, again, as I say, Indian football is very, very difficult. Why remedy so secure? Because they have a system in place. They are doing PR. Okay, Kumar. What about politician role in Germany? Are they done any similar things like India? Murali, their politicians are also running sports. They're sporting people in it, and yes, German football, German sports has had its corruption issues, so it's around the world. Thanks, Blue. Yes, as always, like and subscribe. As always, please like this video, and if you've not subscribed to arunfoot, please do. We are at the moment today as we speak. What's the number? 1,366. So we're slowly, closing in on the 1,400. So thank you to all of you who are following, and those who are new, welcome to the club. What are the ways that clubs are getting money right now? What is missing from the councils apart from team money? It's TV money which is missing. Every other area is there. When will the new constitution come to power? Vasu, let the Supreme Court get involved once more, and then we'll see what happens. Rohit, I heard that Sarji increased the salary from 4 lakhs per month to 12 per month as the AFS secretary. Do you have any idea if that was warranted or that reason for termination? If it was warranted or not is not for me to judge, but it's not the reason for his termination, no. 1.4K today's target. Thanks, Abhishek. Thank you. So those of you who haven't, please subscribe and get other people who follow Indian football to subscribe to the channel. Let's grow. Let's get more people coming in discussion to grow it. Do you have any update on Supreme Court hearing? Kumar, none. Even it's been pushed. FIFA has been asking the AFF. AFF has no date. If India was Olympic, then we automatically qualify for football sport. Yes, we would. I think football in Europe less affected by politicians compared to India. They are stepping down compared to India. Yeah. General answer, why aren't we introspecting? It's high time. General, that's what I try and do, right? We need to introspect. We need to ask ourselves. We need to question ourselves. But these things are not happening. And as long as they're not happening, things will not change for good. State Cricket Football League are getting broadcast in Indian football, struggling. State Cricket League. Yeah, Dark Knight. But again, in cricket, there is money. Who's the astrologer, sir? Vasu, I honestly don't know. Rohit, me, I am the astrologer. Okay, Rohit, congratulations. So you are the man who made the money from the AFF. So congratulations to you. Nearly 2 hours, guys. 1 hour 52 minutes. Okay, will Sanam become first player from RFDL to represent the national team? Now, main players to see in the national team. He could be very talented, but there are a few things still missing, in my opinion. He needs to get better. But yeah, RFDL is doing a good job. People looking for result, unless then they won't support them. Yeah, Murai, that's the reality. That's the reality. Let me slowly come to a close. 1 hour and 53 minutes done. Once again, thank you everyone for joining in, for being part of this evening conversation tonight. Tried to answer all your questions as honestly and as straightforward as I can. As I said, please like this video, share this video, and please subscribe to arunfoot if you have not, to see other content. I've started a new series named The Future of Indian Football series. Well, I've done 2 parts so far. One is an introduction, one is about leadership. I will add, most probably tomorrow, a 3rd chapter on stakeholders and what their role should be in Indian football. So watch that. Did a video earlier today about if Hyderabad and Mohammedan Sporting will play the ISL or not. Earlier, for example, Antonio Lopez Havas joining Inter Kashi, Bayer Leverkusen getting a Seat sponsorship, Indian tire company situation in the All India Football Federation, So I've been speaking on those things. So therefore, please follow. And yeah. So therefore, People looking for results unless they won't be supporting them. Yeah, sorry, that was one. Not allowed you so full about Indian football seeing today's match. Kumar, today's it's pre-season. I don't take the Durand Cup too seriously. When the ISL starts, you'll see better football, I hope. So what happened to Nimmo, who played for? He's still with FC Goa, Vasu, but hasn't made his breakthrough. So that's the problem, right? For young players to make that final step to make breakthrough in their respective clubs and teams. So therefore, all these players, talent is not going to be enough. You will need to break through at some stage, and that's a challenge that these players, all of these players, in some sort of form or way, face. So therefore, that is that. So, guys, thanks once again. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow night to talk about Indian football and the latest, be it Durand Cup, be it about transfers, be it about other things. Let's see what tomorrow we can speak about. Thanks a lot. And good night. Hope tomorrow we get some medals. Let's see, Blue. And I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for you. And see you tomorrow night. 9:45 is the plan.